What's up? WFYM episode 70 special guest Will Menaker from Chapo Trap House podcast.
And movie critic Willie Menaker.
Great to be here. It's the boss come to shape things up around here. And frankly, we've been getting some complaints from the HR department from some of the real dolls, and I'll be confronting Tom about that on the show today.
Okay, that's fine. I feel like I can do a good job of defending myself. I believe I'm in the right.
Yeah. Also, I think you'll find that if you actually contacted a real doll and be like, they would not know who Vince is because he does not have a real doll. He has a somewhat real doll.
he has a fake doll.
I've been thinking about that thing you said on your, I think on the Friday stream, Tom, where you said at a Patreon tier, we're going to send the sex doll to Chet. And I keep picturing him saying, did you guys order me a sex doll? Because he would forget. Like even if we told him about it, he would forget.
Because we would tell him about it, and there's no shot he ever checks the Patreon goals or knows what they are. So for the longest time, the one was he would bong a bottle of wine, and I was like, all right, well, I got to switch that because that's just bad news.
Yeah, he's just gonna end up in the hospital.
Yeah. He might die, but if we set that sex doll, even if I tell him every day, he'll just forget. And then eventually this big box shows up at his doorstep and he opens it and he goes, did I order this or what's going on here?
Do the real dolls come fully constructed? Is it just getting a body in the mail, or do you have to do some work on the back end?
The good ones come fully. Yeah. So the real dolls.
And actually, ironically, the very best top-of-the-line ones do not come fully constructed because you want all the different pieces. Because there's it's so super customizable.
Some of them, it depends. There's different brands and there's different ways you can add on. The problem with the ones where you sort of add on, unless it's super high quality, it looks really bad because it just looks like a Barbie doll. And so you just have the little crease in between the shoulder and
an action
the arm.
Figure.
Dude, what if your friend came over and saw your sex doll, but it was just one of those super high-end customized ones, and it looked just like him, but the mouth was an asshole?
That'd be pretty.
If that was me, I'd be flattered.
You just put a towel over his face so he doesn't notice. There's just this doll sitting there with his arms on everything, just cock out and everything. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't take that towel off either.
It would be awesome to have the sex doll version of the car with a different color hood and one different color door.
Dude, that's what
that's Anastasia.
Yeah, Anastasia and her angels. He'll just post a picture one day of all of the heads sitting around, and he's just brushed all their hair.
He has the Iron Tech dolls.
Yeah,
and
the Iron Tech. He goes to bed with just the head sometimes. Just.
Well, there's unfortunately, I'm an authority. I might not know a lot of things, but I know a lot about the sex doll community. And a couple weeks ago, there was a big hashtag trending on Instagram, and it was show your head challenge. And it was all of the dolls headless. And any doll you had, take a picture of the doll headless, just the head without the body. And so you would scroll through
Futurama style.
Yeah, you'd scroll through and see picture after picture of these guys having 3 women's heads on their bed, and it's well, thank God they have these dolls. Thank God they have something to distract them. Because
hashtag Ed Gain challenge.
Outside of these dolls, I feel those could be real women, so let's keep them busy.
So funny, the sex doll guys, imagining them that's their big hobby and they spend thousands on it a year, and their nephew's graduating high school and he's no, this is just a blow-up doll. I just want you to let you know, it's a starter.
Starter. I don't want starter.
I don't want you to invest too much time and energy into this unless you know you like it.
You don't need to get lingerie. You don't need to get it some Pittsburgh Steelers jersey.
If you can go a year without popping this, I'll give you one of the real ones.
When you graduate college, that's when you get the real one.
Yeah, you have to raise this and make sure not to kill it.
You have to raise this.
You have to raise this doll.
That's what Vince is doing right now with this fucking.
Yeah, he says in
doll.
the universe his doll is 3 years old.
Oh
no,
she's
25,
but he also talks about how
anime
she's 3.
copers. No, she's a 1,000-year-old dragon. He's actually, she's 3 years old, and I fuck her. His adult sex doll. God. Vince,
but they're happy together. She's smiling in every picture. A lot of people do that face app smile thing with the dolls, and then when you actually get to see the dolls, in real, when he does the live streams and the doll just stares dead-eyed, not smiling, you're just like, oh yeah, like that's a face app. Every time someone in chat is like, why is the doll smiling in those photos? Like,
She's
well, she's
happy,
happy.
dumbass.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
awesome that he has that app that can give anyone a full set of perfect pearly whites. And he never uses it on himself. He's got the one tooth, and he never uses the big smiling teeth app on himself.
Bro, what would that do to his mouth though? Think about his teeth.
Yeah, I
They'd
wanna
probably get
see it.
longer and shinier.
I want to see
Sharpened.
the face app mouth on him.
We could do that. I mean, you can do that right now on your phone.
I want Vince's egg tooth sharpened into a perfect point.
Oh yeah.
Well, again, I theorize that it's not a tooth. It's actually a part of his skull that protruded out of his
I
nose.
love that.
And
So
it
1,000
can't
years
fall
from
off.
now, that's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Vince got the skin taken off his face, it would look a lot like a turtle or a tortoise.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting the skin taken off my face. I've been
help you
thinking
with
about
that.
getting eviscerated lately.
And basically, I
You
have
just-
a few weeks off work because I got the skin taken off my face.
I got a whole new skin, and it's gonna be
And
amazing.
they took the skin off my ass, and it's going on my face. They said I got Ed Zachary's disease. Classic. You know what Ed Zachary's disease is, Alex?
No, what's that?
When your face looks Ed Zachary like your ass.
Oh wow!
Oh shit!
Oh fuck!
That's a fucking like. I think the first time I heard that, that's one of those jokes you hear from like some guy farting in a McDonald's on like opening day of deer season at 5 a.m.
Tom, did I hear it
Tell
correctly
us.
that the name of one of these doll manufacturers is Iron Tech?
It is Iron Tech.
That does not
correct.
that does not kindle in me
Nazis.
feelings of
Yeah, it sounds like a bad guy in a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
You're trying to get into their headquarters
Yeah,
and kill
Vince
the
has
CEO.
like the bottom of the barrel, like the shittiest good sex doll. It's a brand called like She Is Faux Real, FAU.
Yeah, he got it on Amazon for $800.
Yeah,
right after the
so when-
stimulus.
Yeah, when the stimulus came,
The
instead of
funniest
like
stimulus
doing
charge.
anything else, he bought a sex doll. I don't. That's all I can say.
In his
Just
defense,
used
in his,
$1,200 to buy a sex doll.
in his defense, Jason spends that in 1 month on just delivery, and $40.
Jason went on
pussy.
vacation with that.
He must I want to see Jason's credit card statements because he must
Don't.
be like $500,000 in the hole, and I don't know why they keep extending his limits or like how
You
does
know
he
why?
have access to capital?
He has angel
I'll
investors.
tell you why. Yeah, Peter Thiel.
Yeah.
Peter Thiel
Oh.
backs him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is transphobic, and he does live in
Yeah.
Manhattan, so he's
He's a homophobic,
basically
transphobic.
part of that whole scene.
Like many blood drinking billionaires, Peter Thiel's one of those guys where he's just ran out of things to give him that dopamine.
That nut.
Any sort of rush, yeah. Like he can't even jack off with a gun in his mouth anymore. It's nothing there.
Mhm.
So he has like any other billionaire like that. You have any time 10 to 20 guys that you're push it to the limit guys, where you make sure that no matter what they will never die, no matter how fucking crazy and how many drugs they take. You have like, a situation. It's like matchstick men. It's fucking secret agent doctors basically. They throw them in like a fucking shipping container and give him IVs and shit and Narcan and fucking punch him in the face and knock him out and bring back his performance. He's like, oh my god, what the fuck, man? I went to sleep with my shoes on. What the hell is going on in here? And he has no idea he's just MK Ultra, but like the newest, and not the government doesn't even know. It's just the
That would
billionaires.
make a lot of sense
Yeah.
because he's always like, I can't remember the last 16 hours. My place is
Yeah,
a mess. I just got kidnapped.
You could also just
It's
check
MK
his Twitter,
Ultra.
but
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
MK Ultra or like 3 bottles of wine and
Yeah.
a few blunts.
oh my god.
Now,
Makes
Will,
me so
have you ever
tired.
wanted to ask Jason a question?
yeah, all the time.
Like what?
What's the last?
If you could ask him anything, really stop that one dead in its tracks.
Jason, I have 2 questions off the top of my head for Jason. What's the last good movie you saw? I got to see what the greatest movie of all time is. But
I can
also,
tell you what that one is.
Jason, what in your opinion differentiates good pussy from bad pussy?
That's a really good
Oh,
one.
that's a great question
Judaism.
for him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Well, which is why we have Will on.
Will, by the way,
to discuss Judaism.
I would like to let you know. Hold on, let me open up the IMDb for this, just so I can make sure I have all the actors right. Because this is the last. I can answer the last best movie he saw, which is best movie ever. That would be this year. It's called Savage Salvation,
Okay.
Never heard of it.
directed by legend Randall Emmett.
Oh, of
Listen to this
course. Yeah.
cast though. starring Robert De Niro, Willa Fitzgerald, and John Malkovich.
Wow.
This movie's from this year.
De Niro. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Well, I mean, Randall Emmett's like a former husband of Lala Kent from Vanderpump Rules, and he's the one who's been doing elder abuse to Bruce Willis for the last 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
not good.
Oh, no.
Jason, this can't be your favorite
A
movie.
recovering opioid addict seeks revenge on the dealers responsible for selling the drugs that resulted in his fiance's death. So that's the story.
The tank.
Yeah.
Wow.
Savage Salvation, Payback is Dirty. The picture is really great. Oh, no, you know what?
Savage Salvation.
Sorry, I thought that was the... So on his Twitter, he posted a picture of it, and it's got the three guys, and then there's a picture of a woman in a bikini, and I thought that was on it, like on the poster, but it's just his. It's his phone. Yeah, it's just his phone. He's watching that on YouTube while taking a picture. Screenshot. Because if you click it, you can see it's a screenshot of like a Letterboxd or IMDb or something, because there's text at the top said resulted in his fiance's death. And then he posted it onto Twitter. God damn, you're so fucking
Do you know
stupid,
why I know?
Jason.
I already know that Jason loves this movie. I can tell it's made for dumb people. 80% of the cast has no last names in the character.
Oh, hell yeah.
Robert De
Yeah, you
Niro
don't
doesn't
need
even
to
have
know.
a
Who
first name.
cares?
His name is Sheriff Church. They don't even say his first name.
Sheriff Church. We're
and then-
thinking of like a white rural guy.
Meta
let's see,
Williams
let's call
plays
him
his
Church.
partner, and her name is Detective Zeppelin, spelled
Zeppelin.
Let's see. What was I last listening to on Spotify?
I went to look up Savage Salvation on Just Watch to check to see if it's
Quavo's
like,
in it too, by the way.
there, and it's not. You can't stream it anywhere. It's also got an alternate title on IMDb called "Wash Me in the River."
It's
Is it on
Boobie.
Doodoo?
It's on Doodoo or Boobie.
I want to
Doobie.
find out what it's on.
But that's a lot of those movies. A lot of the fake movies get like that because the I think I've mentioned it before. The Johnny Depp Puffins series
Yeah,
is impossible to find. It's for Will. If you don't know, Johnny Depp made this movie/television series called Puffins, except
About
it's
the bird?
made in Serbia.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's an animated production, and it's about these birds, the puffins. They're from this movie called Arctic Dogs. They were the sidekicks of the bad guy, and they made this whole movie.
So sort of like
series.
Minions. They're
yeah,
Minions essentially.
Basically.
Yeah, Serbian minions.
But Johnny Depp voices one of the characters called Johnny Puff. The issue is none of the characters speak. They all just make little chirps, except for Johnny Puff, who does not make a noise at all. And he got an award from the Serbian government for his work.
So
on
what
the
did he?
film.
So what did he do for the film? If his
Nothing.
He showed up in Serbia and got an
Okay,
award.
but wait. So
His
he
name.
just put his
Licensed
name.
his first name
Okay.
and his
Yeah.
vague appearance for
He
the design of one
licensed
of them.
his, because this was like right before or after he lost the first case to Amber Heard, so he was canceled by now and like lost all of his work, begging for money. And I think they offered him like $1 million to just be like, can we say you're starring in this movie? We've already created this bird that sort of looks like you because it has a lot of like shit in his hair and like he's wearing bandanas
Okay.
and stuff.
It has a
So-
second life skin.
Yeah. So, he just like they flew him out to Serbia. They had this huge premiere for this movie, which is not a movie. It's a series of like little shorts. And, they gave him an award. He got to stand next to the character who is based off of him, which is the first time he ever saw it. And then he gives this like rambling speech about how what an honor it is to be here, like what a great movie, how much they've done for film and all that. But it's just one of those fake films that's not real. You can't find it anywhere. Desperately searching for it on Prime, on everything.
I think they told him too, like this movie is well loved by all the children in the country and worldwide.
I think he.
Can you buy a DVD of this? Like, can you buy a region locked DVD on eBay?
What about like torrenting?
Maybe.
Do you have to be in?
Torrenting. It's still hard to find it because we were trying to find it
Nate
for Clanecast.
Nate doesn't seed it very often.
You would have to get it from somewhere.
And then they recently made a new one called Puffins Impossible, which an asteroid crashes down to where they are, and now they all have superpowers. And Johnny Puff has
Nice.
to teach them how to use their superpowers. And for some reason, it has like an 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb. It advertises Johnny Depp as starring in it, but again, he's just not in it. No one's in it. No one speaks a word. There's not a single person who speaks in any of these.
Okay, so the
films.
only thing that exists on eBay for this is one poster, and it's a poster for Puffin's Impossible movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you can just order them. So they're just printing them out, whoever this is.
Yeah,
So I assume
probably.
they just have the image. So that's the
Yeah.
closest you can come to getting a DVD of Puffins.
So even because it's supposed to be on Amazon Prime. Anything you like look at it says it's on Amazon Prime, whatever. But then like you have to. There's only certain seasons. It'll say like season 13 currently unavailable right now. But like you used to be able to buy it, and it would be 4 episodes, and each episode is about 2.5 minutes long, and each season is like $13. So you're spending $13 for like 10 minutes of video.
I think it's rather shabby of Johnny just to like lend his name to a Puffin film that he hasn't acted in. I mean, look, the speaking is only part of acting. I was hoping that this would be some sort of deeply involved mocap performance like Andy Serkis or Benedict Cumberbatch. You know, he'd be really inhabiting the Puffin. But, you know, this is just
Well, this is my conjecture. So I'm a noted Johnny Depp hater. I'm a herd head. So me and Andrew have a podcast called Heard That, where we talk about the case still.
Oh, nice. I like what she did with the poop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really
Well, of course you
sexist,
would.
but I just like the poop.
You think poop in the bed is good?
Yeah,
You think this?
I think it's good to poop in your bed. If she didn't do that, I would have sided with Johnny 100% because I'm sexist.
Understood.
Interesting.
skating at all this
keep
is the
saying
fact that Amber Heard used to be with Elon Musk.
That's so
it's
weird.
true.
Yeah, it's true.
She.
I feel like he's just like collecting eggs with the tip of his penis with some sort of apparatus
Yeah.
because he's I don't know. I feel like it's some sort of eugenics project he's creating where he puts them in a lab and he's got like test tube babies with all these women's
I
DNA.
think the experiment's called Pull Out Game Week. How about that?
Damn.
There's
I
some,
think he's just like a Facebook guy that has like kids with like 12 different women, but somehow he's a billionaire.
Yeah, I think
Instead
he's
of
the
just,
richest man on
like-
earth, and these women are like, I guess I'll have sex with you. And he's like, I seem to have forgotten my condom. It's the Cybertruck.
Is living the dream of one of those guys is like, I can just not even think about my 11th kid. I can just cut them a check and tell them never to talk to me or call me ever again.
Yeah, instead of trying to sell like a PS5 empty box on Facebook, he's just-
JBL speaker you stole out of someone's truck.
He's selling shitty Tesla trucks and
He's
different NFTs.
He's not a deadbeat dad either. He's obviously going to make sure that they're okay financially. If they ever want to talk to him,
Absolutely.
he's tweeting a lot. They can hit the replies. You know, if they have blue, it'll show up quicker and they'll see it if it has a check mark.
They should get it for free.
Maybe they do.
Do you remember when he wanted to pay that woman with a horse for giving him a hand job on an airplane?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Awesome.
Allegedly.
That is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, the idea of like just having to set up the infrastructure to own a horse
You know
is
what's
such
funny?
a pain in the ass.
That sort of kind of thing has happened, though, in like World of Warcraft, too, a lot.
Someone gives you a mount.
Like just between players. Yeah, someone will give you a mount or farm the mount for you if you like sext them. WoW always had like weird sexting drama and like couples getting divorced because the main tank is in love with like the annoying like purple haired druid that's like sassy. You know the
A
fucking
woman.
the Hubba Booba corset at the Renaissance Festival couples.
See, I think Elon was just watching too many Mr. Beast videos. And
True.
couldn't think of something to give a woman who gave him a hand job. It's like, oh,
I was
we get
watching
a
that.
If
horse.
he started watching Mr. Beast videos, he'd be like, "This is really I could be like this." Oh god.
Mr. Beast will be the Mr. Beast will be the model for a like basic welfare state under the Musk Imperium. It's just sort of like the first 500 people to respond to this tweet are my rise and grind $500 winners of the day.
Yeah, you get your
Yeah.
food stamps. I think that's great.
Mr. Beast
I
should
think
pay
we
people in Ethereum. They have to figure out an app. I think that would be awesome.
Hell me.
there's this very polarizing figure in the like Vancouver Canucks Twitter community based on like his takes or whatever. And I saw someone sharing some like antiquated, not antiquated, but like, you know, freezing cold takes. So this is from 2018. He said, "I might be the only socialist left in the world who still likes Elon Musk." And then from a month before that, it's kind of surreal seeing socialist Twitter turn on Elon Musk. Apparently being an awkward nerd is more egregious than everything the Kochs and the Mercers are doing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what it is.
The Kochs and Mercers that aren't
Yeah,
tweeting.
it's because he's a nerd. He's being oppressed for being a nerd.
That's why I hate him.
It's because
And
he's
none of the
Reddit.
people who are on Twitter all day making fun of him, none of those people are on the autism spectrum. That's always the thing people say. It's like, I'm getting yelled at by all these unemployed people for having Asperger's. And it's like, okay, yeah, I bet none of them have it too.
That's so true.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but there's a video I saw the other week on Twitter of Elon Musk, and it was him talking. It was like one of these interviews where people set him up like he's some sort of like Da Vinci of the 21st century, and he's like, the thing about sex is without procreation, it's really a very, very, very silly activity. It's pleasing to the limbic system, but it's really pointless. Sex needs to have procreation to be not silly to me. So I mean, I don't know what he's doing with all his sperm, but I mean,
That's crazy.
hand job
He's
for
a
a horse.
breeder.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as like riffing with cat turd and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't light up your brain in the same ways to have
You mean
intercourse.
that's my cat turd too.
Cat turd
My
too.
grandpa. My grandpa.
Yeah. Catch it.
That guy's
God damn
awesome.
it.
That guy made himself so easy to find out. Like
Hey.
he owns a company called Cat Turd Inc. in Florida under his government name, under his home
What
address.
What does the company do? Is it like a production company, or does he sell cat turd merchandise, or what?
I think it's just Cat Turd merchandise.
Okay.
I think he just runs
Do you know
a
what
website.
he looks like? He looks like one
I
of the
think
guys.
you can send him cat turds.
Oh, wow.
and he just eats them.
He looks like one of the guys that Happy Gilmore makes fun of for wearing goofy pants at the golf course when he first starts golfing. That's Cat Turd.
Yeah, he's your Florida retiree kind of guy. Like that's exactly.
Isn't his name
what he
Kelly
looks
as
like.
well?
He just
Kind of
acts-
gay.
It's so interesting.
what it
Like
is.
I wonder what it's like to experience that, to be like a 55-year-old white boomer conservative guy who's been ignored by his nephews his whole life, and then suddenly by accident he becomes incredibly famous and important as a conservative influencer as Cat Turd. And suddenly you're making like $800,000 a year, and Elon Musk is talking to you, and like Fox News is
God damn
aggregating
it.
your tweets and stuff. Like, what would that do to your brain?
And the raffle emoji sending motherfuckers walking around in their Cat Turd merch. Oh my god.
They're getting that kind of attention for the first time in their life. They're finally the coolest guy. Like I wonder what's going on in their head.
I'm looking forward to figuring that out in 30 years when I pivot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But like, if you have some weird sort of like nerd uncle that's like a forever single type, or anyone like a cousin in your family that's like forever single, that's the type of guy that's like 47 years old and walks in with like a Cat Turd bucket hat, and you're like, what are you doing, man? Yep, it says Cat Turd. Look it up. And if you're mad, get out of the country.
No, it's not poop. It's some guy who's racist. He named himself after poop.
Yeah. I know you think it's something bad, but it's just a racist guy.
Yeah, it's just racist. It's nothing gross.
They should make Cat Turd merchandise for dogs because they actually like cat turds, and people would assume they just like cat turds.
Dude, I'm gonna start making a guy that glazes Elon Moore named Dog Shit too.
Dogs.
We need to settle it, and we need to get Tony Poznanski and Cat Turd 2 to fight. Mano y mano.
Oh my god, Will,
Let's get him in a ring.
Tony Poznanski, can I bring something up? It's an oldie but a goodie. His fucking Colin Kaepernick drawing. I can't stop laughing at it. I'll just DM it to you.
All right.
First of all, I love it. I love that you can see him trying to sell the same painting since like 2020 and deserved.
Does he make money on that?
No, he
No,
barely sells
no
any.
shot.
He sold like 2 or 3 when he first started because people felt bad and they thought he was like disabled, I think. But no.
But they also thought he was like donating that money because like he said he was going to
Yeah, so
early
Yeah.
on, and then like he showed like no receipt, so like people stopped kind of sending him
yeah.
stuff.
Will, I just sent it to you.
Okay.
My favorite is the guy. He gave up everything to fight for everything, dude.
Okay, well,
What
he's
is that? But I love how his thigh is the entire width of the rest of his body. Like
Oh,
the first
And instead of representing Colin Kaepernick's facial features, he has quite nicely captured his chin strap, beard, and hair. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He left him white.
Yeah, just white. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I see him because I'm not racist. He might as well
I
be
know what
white.
happened. No, he stood there staring at his 16 colors of markers, going, "That is way too dark for me to draw this man."
Well, speaking
And
of
honestly, good choice by Tony, because he would have been fucking fried for that too.
speaking
You know
of
how I know AI art sucks is because I tried putting in a bunch of different like variations of Tony Podsnansky style into Midjourney, and fucking nothing proper came out.
It kept making it
You
good.
just type in toddler style,
You can do like a jacked Buddha, but like
baby
Did you
art.
put in like? Did you put in like if Jack from Robin Williams movie Jack was doing a drawing of Hillary Clinton? That might be close.
It's
you
crazy
guys
that
seen,
he's still doing that.
Well, what else is he going to do? I mean, he burned through all of the like weight loss and all of the like the health stuff really early on.
That's true. He was
the
featured
2000s.
on Huffington Post for losing weight so many times because his
Yeah,
brother is a
'cause he ca-
journalist.
Yeah, well, so his brother is a journalist who wrote a book about Joe Pa being innocent,
Oh,
basically,
yeah.
which is really cool. It was I forget his name, Joe Posnanski, and he's a Charlotte writer, actually. But Tony, the best Tony arc was 2019, around May-ish. Every once in a while, he would update his bio and would say, amateur MMA fights, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. 4-0, 4-1, 5-1, and he would just update it every other day, and then sometimes he would update it like twice in one day and be like, amateur MMA record 7-3. Anybody who knows MMA, they don't keep track of your amateur records. Like, there's no way to actually really look and see if anybody ever had an amateur fight. So he was just posting that he's having amateur MMA fights and still doing the like dating profile pictures where you only see his head and his neck, and you can't tell.
Never
he's,
posting
like,
any
not fitting
fighting,
in.
any gym videos, any
Nope.
like post-fight pictures, or-
Workouts.
It was the
Even
weirdest.
Outlaw
It was the
posted of him
weirdest-
hitting a
Well,
heavy
it's nice
bag.
of him to put in the losses, though.
Yeah, well, he got up to like
It's 'cause
8-0,
literally 'cause Tom
and then
started
he was
calling
like,
him out.
yeah. He got up to like 8-0 or 9-0 and was just like, I think I got to get a loss. Here.
Yeah.
I can't be on
has to be
Yeah.
credible. Has to
He
be
didn't
credible.
he didn't want to fight Conor McGregor, probably. Like, what a weird thing for like a 50-year-old former 400-pound guy to lie about. Like, oh, I'm doing MMA now. Like, no, you're not, Tony.
Maybe this is
Fuck.
just fights he's getting into in his day-to-day life. He's like 5-1 at the Quick Trip parking lot.
That's
Yeah, maybe he meant
He's-
immature fight.
He's getting into fights with cashiers about which coupons he can use and not.
Well, it's expired. It's not expired in.
No, actually, it hasn't
It is-
expired. Well, I got this the other day, and so you're sending me expired coupons. That's not my fault.
Plus, you wasted my gas driving out
If
here.
you're not getting the new Mountain Dew flavors in, that is between you and PepsiCo. That should not become my problem if you don't have them in stock.
You don't have Major Melon. You don't respect the.
You don't have Voodoo? They only have Voodoo Zero Sugar. They don't have Voodoo Regular.
guys playing.
I'm
with the
allergic
zero.
to the zero sugar. It makes me Ralph.
I'm allergic. It's
I need
too
sugar.
healthy.
You know the artificial sugar in zero drinks is the same stuff in those gummy bears that give you diarrhea to death.
That actually is
That's
true of
not
the
true.
Body Armor Zero, which is
really?
fucking insane. Like, I bought one of those because it was on sale. And
I had those too. They're pretty good.
like I started
I
to
always
get
have
like
diarrhea though, so I don't notice these things.
that's good. It saves time. But yeah,
Hmm?
I started to notice my stomach getting upset, and then I looked at the ingredients, and it's erythritol. It's sugar alcohol, which is what's in
I
sugar-free
was
gum.
talking about maltitol though. Is the one that's like gives you the violent.
Well,
cramps and
anything
shit.
with all on the end is a sugar alcohol.
Oh, alcohol.
Yeah, and it's
Oh.
it's just I don't get why you would put
Hold
that
on,
in
I'm
anything.
trying to think of another word. Hold on. Shit.
Why would
What
you
was the
put that
thing
in
that
a
they,
drink instead of aspartame or sucralose?
What was
about
the?
cholesterol,
Do you guys
Alex?
remember a while? This was like probably when I was in high school. But like, what was it? Was
Don't
it? Was it?
remember
Was
that.
it?
I'm
Was it chip additive that was supposed to be for like light,
Oh yeah,
lighter chips?
Olestra.
Olestra,
Oh, they give you
Olestra,
Olestra.
yeah, yeah, and it would
Olestra.
give you the runs bad.
Yeah,
I missed
that's
that.
great.
I
Yeah, the
missed
oil
runs.
would all just come out in your poop. There's a leak out of your ass all day.
I remember specifically being in the car with my dad at some point as a teen, and hearing Rush Limbaugh's fat ass talking about hydroxyzine or hydroxycut and how bad it was. I'm like, guess what, man, you died from other stuff.
Is Matt at hydroxycut? Isn't it just like fake herbs and shit?
I don't know what it was
It's
doing.
like a
It was
fat
killing
burner that makes your
people.
heart beat
Yeah,
really
it was a-
fast.
Yeah, it was a fat burner that like just
I
gave
miss
you
that.
diarrhea and made your heart really bad.
I miss it.
I remember, I think I told the story once, but in grade school we had the football teams, and like anybody who weighed over a certain amount was like too heavy to play, and so they just weren't allowed to. They could practice, and then
That
but
was
they couldn't play
CYO
in the
thing,
games.
right?
Yeah, it wasn't even CYO. I don't know if it was CYO.
What was it, 8th grade football or was it high school?
7th and 8th, not
Okay,
high,
yeah. So
football.
7th and
High
8th,
school was fine.
7th and 8th, I think for everybody though has a weight limit. 'Cause
Yeah,
they don't
for
want,
sure.
They don't want a fucking kid that was held back 3 years. It's
Yeah.
319 pounds, just pancaking
Well,
everyone's 12.
there was the
12-year-old.
one kid who like did not have supervision at home. He was like 40 pounds over, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna buy hydroxycut, and like I'm gonna lose all this weight and be able to play football." And he's like bragging to everybody how he's gonna play football, and then just didn't
He's
do
still
anything.
eating
Tom,
exactly the
that
same.
reminds me though. That reminds me.
Yeah.
I've because we were in CYO too, 7th and 8th, and I remember we had to play this team down in Detroit, down on Fort Street, and it was, I think that school's still there. It's a Catholic school downtown, and pretty bad area too. The other team, man, these kids had, one kid was walking out of the field carrying his son and his mustache, tattoos. 8th grade.
Yeah,
We beat them though. We beat them 18-7.
we had that in. I didn't play football. I played soccer, but we had that in baseball, where like kids could play. It was West Akron Baseball League, and like you could play in the 7th and 8th grade league if you were like in 9th grade for some reason, and so people would like be in high school and like playing against us and just be full on grown
Yeah, I
adults.
played for the
like,
really
some of
rich
those
kids school. We had
The
three unis.
the kids that like hit puberty at like 14 and then never grew, but like they dominated sports when we were like freshmen or anybody younger than them, so
God.
they'd come down and play like the 7th graders in baseball.
That was me, minus
in the-
being good at sports.
In the little league, I was
homeschooled. We got to go well.
no. In the little league I was in, you could always tell which teams were coached by the dads who like set up the little league that in general, because they would start. You could like basically the difference between like being a dominant little league team and just a little league team is, do you have a kid who can pitch? You know, like,
Sure.
so there's a guy who was whipping it across the plate at like 70, 80 miles an hour at like 13 years old, just whipping strikes left and right. So yeah, that's when the games would be like 40-5. It would be like a football game or something.
That was the worst. I like the leagues that
Yeah.
keep that shit even, because even if I was like on that winning team, I just always felt bad for the kids across the just getting fucking
Well,
trampled. I'm like, this isn't even
I
fun.
never felt too bad. I got Sunny Delight and Oreos at the end of every game. So
I mean, we could definitely lose too.
The last couple of years I was on the good teams. I wasn't good. I couldn't hit the ball, but I could field. But like they would have this draft, so you'd go, anybody knew that year. And so it was split up by like 3rd and 4th was one league, 5th and 6th, and then 7th and 8th. And then they would have like you had to go like and try out and like do a draft. But as I got older, I was thinking of like, how are you know if like a 3rd grader is good at baseball? Like, if they can catch the ball, you're like, I guess that's fine. They
That's what's
seem
funny,
to be
too.
like, they can run in a straight line. All right, great.
Did you have friends you grew up with that were fucking sick in sports when you were like in elementary school? Then by high school,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were just dog shit. Because like obviously hobbies come into play. Kids grow differently. Kids stop caring about sports, like whatever. My brother Dennis, like 6'4", 6'5" ish. Never played any sports. Hates them all. he could have been a baller. But I like even me. I was pretty good. I won Oakland County, which is like Michigan's one of their largest and richest, definitely the richest county. I won the pump, pass, and kick when NFL still did those every year. I won that county's pump, pass, and kick for 13 to 18-year-olds at 13. And they were like, what high school are you going to? I was like, I'm homeschooled. I'm working next year.
I remember,
Fuck you
I think it
guys.
was in 3rd grade, I got the 3rd place ribbon for the long jump on field day. And there's no way I was good at that, or I am good at that. So it must have been like random.
field day
It must have
was
been
awesome.
RNG, I guess.
Well, just nobody else knew what to do, or they
Yeah, like
just
I think
jumped.
a lot of that is just a lot of kids are they either like they have ADHD and they're not paying attention.
Yeah, because I used to ref soccer a lot too, and like I would ref 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, and like yeah, the 2nd graders are just like running around, and like you just don't call anything. They're doing throw-ins, and like you have to keep both feet down, and like a foot rises up, and it's like I'm not gonna blow my whistle and be like, no, you can't do that, and I have to explain it. Just I don't fucking care. They're just running around having fun.
Michael,
get any of
did
his
you try
parents?
to get did were there like junior high boosters who tried to recruit you to like Henry Ford Middle School? to play football to get you out of. What can I do to get you out of your parents' house? Get you educated in the public or private school system.
I was such a brainwashed Catholic. I'm like, nah, man. But actually, I was smart. I basically was like, people asked me that shit. I was like, I don't want to get shot. And I was right. I lived in Michigan. Every teenager had a gun in their car. Tom's school was probably the same way. It was just my hunting shotgun in the back of my car all the time. That's cool, man. Glad that's in the parking lot.
Yeah, like every rural high school before Columbine. Yeah, we're going hunting after.
I mean, every rural high school still.
Yeah, probably.
They don't give a fuck about that shit. It can never happen to them, right? Shootings never happen.
Well,
rurally,
shotguns
thankfully.
only. I mean, how much damage can you really do with a shotgun?
Shotguns only. Setting the rules. Shirts for skins. Fuck. Playing sticks and stones.
Loading into school every day with Fortnite rules. Just shotguns, all right?
Oh, dude,
don't violate the 21-foot rule on the way home, bro.
I was watching Outlaw's new video this morning on stream, and it was unremarkable. Nothing great to say about it. We'll find the funny things together later, but he's, of course, doing his beautiful, gorgeous... Actually, I think I was watching the older one, the Taco Bell one, but when he has this like golden hour lighting with his Daniel Powder hat on, he just looks like... Mm-hmm. And I paused it on there, and I told everyone, I'm like, anytime there is like a weird mass killing in Scandinavia, like with a bow or a sword or just not a gun... It looks just like Outlaw when he's wearing his Daniel Powder hat with like the sun shining right on him with those steel eyes. It looks like he should be speaking like Finnish or Norwegian or something every time he talks.
Yeah.
And he's just like, really juicy. They're juicy with the meat on here. Like that was the one he said today. Juicy with the meat on here. Juicy with the meat.
Luckily for everybody else, he does not even have the dexterity to use a fork.
Right. That's
So
what I said.
I don't think you could use
I said that. I
bow
said,
and arrow.
That's what, after that I had a long pause and I said, luckily for us, he's just Outlaw. Then I paused it. It's true. He's a very Scandinavian-looking murderer type, and a nasty man, and a sex fiend. And an icon.
He's a sex fiend?
No, he's not a sex
It's
fiend.
hard
He
to
just
believe.
accidentally Googles, his
He just
friend
sexed.
gets on his computer and accidentally tries to look up BDSM sites and sex workers and stuff.
I
He just
guarantee.
sexts our listeners and viewers
he keeps
nonstop.
messaging our viewers, asking, being like, "Can you come turn me into a woman?"
Just kidding.
That's a
Just
joke.
kidding.
I was fucking with you.
Oh my god, he's so
There's
cool.
there's no way you could send me sissy hypno videos and then I'll turn into a woman.
I was
There's
gonna be one
no
of
way
those
you can
guys.
get me to do that.
Yeah,
He's,
just
like,
to
called
anyone
out
listening
too
to this,
publicly.
please do not show yourself a sissy hypno video thinking, oh, it won't work on me. I don't want to be hypnotized into being a bimbo. That's what you
That
think.
is him. That is him with all these people. He's gonna be one of those guys soon. I guarantee within 6 months, he's gonna claim without ever having sex, just being a sex weirdo. He's gonna say, "I am a sex addict and I'm getting help."
Was it
when his
When
wife-
his Christian wife
He's addicted
is-
with playing with his prick. Yeah.
wasn't Man of the Hour Nick Fuentes involved in some sort of sissy hypno catboy Discord?
I
Yeah,
guess
it's like
that
classic-
stuff always
so.
feels like it's always that stuff feels like it's always so like great like that he can lie about it. But I do know one thing is for true. His best friend had sex last year, and it made him so sad that he went live at like 2 a.m. and just listened to Kanye for 25 minutes, wearing a big puffy Moncler and sunglasses and crying. And then he just went offline. And it was one of the biggest bitch moments I've ever seen. Your friend fucked for the first time and he went live to cry. Man, you're a cool Nazi.
Those are the classic 4chan guys.
I have a screenshot from that
Like
screen. It's great.
that's how it always was. People would be like, "Yeah, I'm a Nazi and I love saying the N-word, but I also love dressing up as an anime girl and wearing thigh highs." That's like 80% of 4chan.
That's still like the little Nazi lolly avatars you see, and then you'll see like ultra nationalist in their bio. It's like, okay, get it. Indeed.com. Boo, did I scare you? I hate those guys, man.
I think
Yeah, I
think
love those
they're
guys. They're all my
cool.
best
I
friends.
know.
They're
I
awesome.
know. I denounce the Nazis on Twitter. No,
That's not virtue signal here.
Yeah. Let's not alienate some of our
Glenn
listeners.
Greenwald. However,
That's the best when those guys like denounce Hitler, like Charlie Kirk or whoever. They're like, Hitler was a bad guy, and then the people replying to them are like, "Of course we know." Like, why do you have to say that we know? And then you scroll back in their field, and they're like, "It was not even. It probably wasn't even 1 million who died."
fuck. God damn it.
But the
There's
guys
I don't like Nick Fuentes.
who hate Hitler because he was a bad military commander.
Yeah, the Hearts of Iron guys. Like he should have right clicked over here.
He should have Zerg rushed Moscow.
So I saw that Wordle was trending on Twitter with like 50,000 tweets, and I wanted to know why. And it's because I guess the New York Times like guild is doing a 1-day walkout tomorrow, and there's all these tweets about like I'm on a 165-day Wordle streak, and I am not playing tomorrow to a show of solidarity.
Oh wow! Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Who's crossing the picket line tomorrow to get that Wordle?
Who's playing Wordle? Yeah, who's playing Wordle?
So where were you when the Snapchat employees had to walk out? You didn't lose your streaks.
Would it be a good bit if I've never played Wordle, I've never posted the Wordle results, but just do that for the first time ever tomorrow?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and then just tweet it.
We'll see some bend the knee type shit.
Yeah.
People are so bored right now because like there's not really been any Kanye shit over the past few days. Like whatever, blah blah blah. Like they're I think that'd be a good idea.
I think you'd get some of those guys, give them a really great gift tomorrow if you did that. Those guys who just sit around at home, don't have a lot to do.
Lon's dog guy are gonna have the fucking no-touch orgasm.
Yeah. So you're gonna be giving a lot of Christmas presents to some certain dogs.
Here's a good one from friend of the show, Gwen Snyder. First person to hack tomorrow's Wordle and make it say Scabs is my hero.
Isn't it 6 letters though?
That's dope.
Or is it 5?
Fuck man.
5.
I'm about to make my name Wordle Hacker. Hack the planet! Oh no, that won't fit. Hack the plane! God damn.
Today's Wordle
That's
was quite interesting.
Man, I did that joke like 18 days in a row in January, and everybody kept getting so mad at me in the morning. They're, come on, dude. I'm like, it's not it.
Oh my god, Gwen Snyder can't stop tweeting about Wordle, man. Wean yourself off Wordle now, comrades.
Okay, how is
Wean yourself off Wordle now.
Wordle fucking sucks dick, dude.
No, but that sounds a joke. I'm freaking addicted to Wordle, the thing you play once a day.
Like, I did it, like, I think for 2 days. I hate shit like that. It's
I
so
gotta
fucking boring.
I gotta do my Wordle.
Oh, I'm addicted to fortune cookies.
It's just,
but only
how is
after
that
a meal.
even a question? They're like, oh, this shitty word puzzle. I don't know if I can go one day without doing it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You should go.
I get
go,
the
like, watch a
shakes.
movie or something. It'll like
Okay, there's gonna be discourse about it though, about people that can't quit because they have OCD or whatever.
like play any other game. Play an actual game.
You know that's
absolutely.
coming. You know the people who
It's
be like,
funny.
actually, I have to play Wordle every day because if I don't get my word, the word from yesterday will be fixed in my head, and I'll keep saying it over and over again until it loses all meaning.
It's those little things that give us those little glances of like 2014 Twitter when everyone was listening to Priya, everything she said, and that New Zealand girl Maddie who was basically ended up being like a rapist of that kid in New Jersey and then stopped tweeting. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a fun
Bring
era
it
on
back.
Twitter. It was like 36-year-old grad students.
Yeah, I have nostalgiasms for that. All those.
What are you talking
all of
about?
them are
That's
like 45
still
now.
most of Twitter is 36-year-old grad students.
I guess it,
Yeah, but they get bullied now instead of like
Yeah.
raised
Yeah.
up.
Instead of everybody thinking like, oh, these guys, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
They've been to school longer than anyone.
Because it's the same as like with that one bartender guy during COVID, and he was like, bartenders are the bastions of COVID or whatever. And it's like, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
I have to be
No one
honest though,
cares
like
what you-
I have lots of mutuals that are doctors and stuff, but most people wouldn't
Yeah.
even know they're doctors because they don't post as them. They're just alts, whatever. Like, I don't read tweets from people if they have their full professional name. Then it looks like a JSON sentence after like, MSCR dot PC2.
yeah, putting the little what are they called?
The professional titles or whatever. The acronyms.
Salutatories or something.
Oh yeah, salutatories.
Salutatories. Yeah,
I
those
don't know what they're actually
those
called.
are
I'm
stupid.
making
I just
initials. That's what I call them.
But
Don't
slightly
matter.
related, but
And
I'm
letters.
That's doctor initials.
I'm always annoyed by anyone who lists what sports teams they root for on their Twitter bio. I think that's always a good a leading indicator of horrible tweets to come.
I think that's actually good if it's like 5 different
It's giving
cities.
someone a reason to yell at you. Like, here's the teams I like, so
You know
if you
what's
don't
great?
like me, you can yell at me about that.
I like sports gambling Twitter. I think those are great guys. I think they've all got it together. They've
Dude.
got their for sure system, and they're all enjoying their life and their time on Twitter. I love when they tweet like a giant thread but it's just like, fuck, I'm fucking gonna kill him because he didn't shoot 3 goals.
Oh my God! Anytime a big play like that happens in the NFL, you can just search the tweets to that athlete and just see the biggest dog shit people in the world. Just giant fat Philadelphia guys that eat cigars. They're like, I got a body bag waiting for you. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Jalen Hurts, not until I'm done with him.
Seems like a really unhealthy way to enjoy sports.
Yeah, it's really I think gambling.
Speaking of
pretty bad.
sports and gambling, did Barstool send Frank the Tank to Cotter this year to cover the footy?
No, they did give him a new office, though. He has an office that's like a set of an office in 1986. It's awesome.
They knew if they send him, he's not coming back, right?
Can he get on a plane?
He's gonna be the pet of some oil prince was gonna buy him and like just use him as a pet, and like he's gonna lay on the ground like next to it like a tiger.
They would just keep him shaved and say he's like an albino something.
They keep him the same pen as Hasbullah.
Yeah,
They do find
This is Hasbullah's father.
that's the region where they do find like a baby gorilla in a box, and like it was trying to go to someone's house. Like a lot of zoo animals, especially in like the Emirates and stuff. It's like they found him at the airport and they brought him here.
Finding Frank in the box, he just looks like the guy that's supposed to survive car crashes sitting in some
he
palace.
goes into the zoo and they give him a salt lick and he's fine.
he's happy.
This is really good.
It's really salty.
Alex, imagine Frank sitting there completely nude, reading like an Arabic newspaper with his glasses on upside down. Such a cool life.
Yeah, you read it right to left, so you have to put your glasses on upside down.
He can read it. For some reason, he has the New York Times in perfect Arabic and nothing else. He's still like mad about the mess.
I mean, now that we talk about it, I think that'd be a great
The
lifeline.
Sheik's son can bring some punters from Liverpool around his castle and then show him as Frank, and they can feed him and pet him and things like that.
I just bought this Frank recently.
I mean, I would say any Emir would probably treat him better than fucking Dave Portnoy does. You know.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy lost Frank in a poker game. Now some Emirati prince owns him and keeps him in a cage.
They improved his life by moving him out of that like shithole apartment, but I think he'd do better overseas. I think he could.
Bro,
I think
if
people
he
could
stayed
take
in
better care
Cotter,
of
it's
him.
just like their Lord Varys.
Yeah,
Just walked around whispering secrets to people.
It can't whisper.
Oh God.
Yeah, they call him the Yeller of Secrets.
Oh my God. Imagine that though. Imagine Frank walking around in robes in some palace in like in Cotter or just somewhere in the Gulf. It would look like Dune 2. Be like, from the set. Picture from the set of Dune 2.
His spies, his little hot dogs.
Hello, my little Franks. Fuck.
All right, we gotta get him out there. We gotta get him out. We gotta personally fly him.
Imagine Frank getting off a camel, and he gets off, and the two humps go back together to one.
Oh my God. It's like a memory foam.
I don't know why it's so funny to me now to imagine Frank going to Cotter like 3 years ago and building one of the stadiums. This is how it works.
No, he would get built into it. He would fall asleep and they would build him into the wall.
It's funny to imagine Frank working those long hours and never losing any weight, but also doesn't really hurt him like physically. He's just still like the same.
He's the one white guy in like the whole box of passports.
Well, I have a prediction because I think Frank is one of those guys he's immune, obviously, to all illness because he lived in that last apartment for so long. We've seen videos of him from college, and he looks exactly the same with just a little bit more hair. And my prediction, because he can't drink any drink without a straw, so he has these long-ass metal straws that are like just steel. And my prediction is going to slip and fall while drinking one of those straws. It's going to go right through his head.
Okay.
He's going to turn his head.
No,
His head's like a cocktail.
I only use I have the steel like metal straws in our house, and I only use the ones that are curved because I can see myself walking around the house and tripping and having the straight one go straight into my eye and into my just killing me instantly.
It would just be the most failed Turd death, man. Like I would be like, yeah, tell him I was choking myself and jacking off.
How about the Saudis? I mean, like they just paid Lionel Messi like $300 million to be like a brand ambassador for Saudi Arabia. They should throw Frank some cheddar and send him to Neom, and then he just gets like stuck on the street in Neom. Like he can't walk.
That'd be amazing. Oh my god, that'd be so sick. They should just make him a leader somewhere. Give him a town or something.
Give him his own city. Yeah.
City state.
I'm into that.
Make him run a baseball league over there. They call him the commish. Frank Al Commish. Oh, this could work. We gotta get Dave Fortnite on the horn.
Yeah, Dave, we need to talk to you, buddy.
Mr.
Sorry for all the quote tweets I've made of you over the years. I know we don't always see eye to eye, but
sorry for searching Met Dave Portnoy and retweeting all the zero fave tweets of you on your tippy toes meeting fans over the years. Causing them to blow up and you get made fun of.
He should pay you not to do that.
He should.
You should blackmail him.
Barstool Michael.
Barstool Michael. You change your name to that and your account is still locked?
What if they heard Benny Johnson, Barstool Benny?
He's too toxic at this point.
I know he's got a lot of bad. He's got skeletons in his closet. Plus, he made that one BuzzFeed guy crash his car really hard into the wall. I blame that on him.
Oh yeah, it was allegedly probably his fault that Michael Hastings died.
Well, if there's one thing we know Benny likes, it's beer, sports, wings, and girls.
Mm-hmm.
And fucking his wife, who he's attracted to.
Beautiful women.
Benny
Gotta
Johnson.
love him. Benny Johnson.
He's a ladies' man.
Benny Johnson just going through Pornhub and clicking it like he's at a museum exhibit, not really looking at it and just scrolling through really fast and walking away. Oh, I jacked off. That's good.
It's awesome that he got fired from BuzzFeed for plagiarism, and his job was like ranked the top 10 colors: purple, green, orange.
Every time you think about like getting basically fired from BuzzFeed for plagiarism from BuzzFeed.
Yeah, his job was embedding tweets, and he was just copying and pasting them instead.
That's getting caught for plagiarism in kindergarten. Oh, that's the same coloring job that another kid
you
did.
copied my rainbow.
Yeah, like copying a drawing of like your dad with and it's a circle with 4 sticks coming out of it from someone else's drawing.
Drawing someone else's dad, and it's like just a black guy drawing his dad with an afro. You're like, this is my dad too. Oh, stop copying.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, we noticed we used to have some of your son's work from art class here. If you'll notice here, we're going to put this on the on the light board. You can see the cat is exactly the same size as his classmate's cat, nearly the same size as the house. The perspective is exactly the same.
If only Hitler's parents did that, he would have been a better painter.
We're concerned that your parents might have culturally appropriative hair. We're concerned that your dad has dreadlocks. You copy the black kid's drawing of his dad.
Calling the parents in for meetings, you can see the dad's hair. Just like a normal white guy. You're like, oh, thank God. Thought I was going to beat some ass tonight. So funny. Kindergarten cop subplot between 2022. That's not the hair you're supposed to have. It's not supposed to have. Stupid.
Getting in trouble as a parent at your kid's school.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.
Sitting in a tiny chair in the corner.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, we thank you for coming in today. We've called you in because we're concerned that your son has been claiming to have invented the cool S.
He also said that he invented calling your elbow the weenus. We just want to go over these papers with you.
He invented that.
He's been trying to say he invented a bunch of body parts that actually have funny names, but they're real, and he didn't invent them.
I actually called. I invented calling your balls nuts.
Oh, wow.
Your son is trying to claim that the chode is where the taint is, and not just a really short, stubby penis.
Stupid. God damn it. Your son thinks girls have three holes, including one where they pee from. Like the teacher's wrong. No, it's actually true. What? I'm embarrassed. I am quite embarrassed. Well, I just teach general studies, so we don't really focus on that stuff.
Benny still thinks a vagina is just bush.
Oh yeah.
Who knows what's under there?
Yeah, he's I can't wait to one day find out.
I've seen pussy.
but-
He's talking about Playboy.
yeah.
He closes his eyes and says yucky when he's touching it.
Oh, I hate it. Oh. I mean, I love it. Oh.
His dick's like a party blower. It just rolled up.
The Wicked Witch of the West's feet.
I love that.
You're walking into a room with a naked woman and just rolls.
Yeah, his wife's walking in naked. He's like, here's dun 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 dun. My gaydar's going up. Benny. If you ever want to come on the show.
Yeah, Benny, we're excited because he's going to be our next guest
Barstool
next week. Barstool Benny.
Phase Benny.
Phase Benny. Phase Benny Johnson.
Phase Academics.
Did you see, I quote tweeted it today, one of the Phase guys posted, look how much I've saved from ordering on DoorDash with the Dash Pass. And he saved just in fees alone $7,206.
What? And I think that's
Just in fees.
it's calculated annually. And did you see the replies, Tom?
Some guy had 11,000.
Yeah, I think I saw 12K when I was looking at it.
Yeah. So 12K. That's just in fees.
So,
That's so awesome.
I mean, I guess that's a really good deal for them since it's like $7.99 a month.
You know what's a really good deal?
Cooking at
Cooking
home.
at home.
Yeah, but like,
Actually-
I guess it's probably about like 5% you save on average with that. So you could, if it's $11,000 or maybe 10%.
I think you get.
I forget.
You get like free delivery no matter what, and then I think it's probably like 5 or 10%. So,
Yeah,
but
so
I mean,
10
they're just.
times that is what they're spending.
But it's great because
Oh
if you
my
click on
God.
them, they're all just like gamers that like either started their own organization or like got hired to like a fake one that like when you click through it, they have like 200 followers, so it's not real.
I don't know if he still does it because I'm not in Discord with him for 6 hours a day anymore, but I would love to have seen like when we were playing Fortnite with Felix like all the time, even before we were streaming, and he'd do dash like 2 meals a day, what that
Oh,
would
yeah.
have been.
I want to
Crazy
do how many cans he had. How many cans was he getting every day?
Oh, that'd be
Well,
fun stream.
cans
Can
are-
counting.
Cans
was
are found
mostly
money though
seltzer.
because you could take it back to the recycling depot, free cash, baby.
Not every state. Not every state.
What?
You got to buy
Yeah.
them in New Hampshire, drive over the border to Massachusetts, cash
That's
them in.
illegal, Alex.
Alex, imagine being the guy in jail for that. Like the guy driving it from Ohio to Michigan to get 5 more cents.
Yeah, it's the greatest money making
scam.
scheme of all time.
It's actually, yeah. I mean, Michigan, there's always lines to those places because it's just so worth it here. There's a guy that wears a T-shirt that says "Can Boy" that walks around the beach here all the time during the summer. He's there every year. He's been doing it for like 13 years. Probably makes hundreds
Oh
a day.
shit! This professional Fortnite player has saved
Was it the Cease? I think Cease is
Cease.
fake. I think
Yeah.
Cease is fake. I think he was just doing it
Oh,
to like
okay.
make
Yeah,
the others
that's-
look even worse.
Okay.
Can't even be.
Yeah, he's like a little troll.
He would have to be Frank the Tank sized to be ordering
I mean,
$300,000
That's
of
what
food.
blows my mind. What does Frank actually eat to fatten his ass up like that? Because he doesn't even. Will, if I don't know if you know, but Frank doesn't even put condiments on his hot dogs.
Yeah, he's a dry guy, dry dogs
a
only.
raw
Yeah,
dogger.
but I mean, like every meal is like 2 or 3 hot dogs.
I guess
or
that's
4,
oh my
4
God,
hot dogs
that's
and a whole
true.
packet of fries. That's every meal.
Because I just remembered how annoyed I get with Frank when he tries to plate his big fucking 2,800 calorie meal onto one little
Yeah.
paper plate instead of just getting 2.
It's not about
It's
like
fucking Lincoln Log meal.
it's not like going crazy. Like ketchup would be the
Yeah.
healthiest thing he'd be eating at that time.
The only
Yeah.
flavor he seems to like is MSG.
Yeah. Oh, he
Well, I know
loves
he
it.
hates hummus and celery.
He's allergic. Well, he doesn't hate it. He just is allergic. It's not fair. It's not fair to say he hates it.
Yeah.
Right when it touches his lip, and he goes. He gives like a perfect Steve-O gag.
Like certain people have that thing where like cilantro tastes like soap to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that, but for all vegetables.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I have to eat candy and ice cream every day for every meal.
I have
or
that
else
where
I get
everything
sick.
tastes like soap to me, but I like the taste of soap.
Friend of the show, Jake. Jake from Los Drogas.
Yeah.
From Twitter, and yeah. He's from Ohio, also from Tom's area. And before Thanksgiving this year, I was laughing so hard because he said, "My extended family doesn't consume vegetables, so I was bringing this sweet potato casserole to Thanksgiving, and like 2 of his aunts brought one as well.
That's
So they
awesome.
had like this turkey, mashed potatoes, and like 3 different sweet potato casseroles.
With all the marshmallows on it, the brown sugar, cinnamon.
How do you not like green beans?
Brown sugar for brown food.
What about stuffing?
don't-
I suppose there are some vegetables in stuffing. You know, there's celery,
True.
onions.
It's
You know,
probably
yeah,
like
gross. Get it out of here.
Stuffing, hold the celery.
Yeah.
I bet stuffing that's just bread and eggs.
Spending 30 minutes picking out the celery.
Well, that's called stuff.
Stuff.
It's bread and eggs.
I like stuff.
Stuff. Just don't stuff that in anything. Wonderful.
I'll stuff it in myself.
Well, Will, thank you for coming on the show today.
Oh, my pleasure. Always
you for,
enjoy to be with you boys.
Anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, anything you like
Yeah,
to
you wanna
plug? Anything,
Guys, check
anything
out
you got
Chapo
going
Trap
on?
Yeah.
House.
You should start your own show. You're funny.
Yeah, you're funny. You're one funny fucker.
I'm gonna plug my Letterboxd, Cody Dad 420 at Letterboxd.
All right.
So yeah, check me out there for some good film recommendations.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Thank you for being on. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Everybody,
buddy.
thank you for listening.
Mwah.
Check out the
Love you.
Patreon.
Bye-bye.
Chapo FYM.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, it's awesome. Bye.
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 You're listening to WFYM Radio, where we serve up nothing but the best hits from today and yesterday, just like this.
Ooh, in the white room with black curtains near the station.
And this.
And I grew up on believing Santa Claus and still do.
And this. And this. And this.
And it tastes like Skittles, what? Yeah, you can really taste the rainbow, what? Yeah, yo bitch just like a Crayola.
And now another hit.